Imagine a time when online payments in India were a nightmare, complicated, slow, and unreliable. Small businesses struggled to accept payments, and customers hesitated to trust digital transactions. But today, with just a few taps, you can transfer money, pay for services, and run an entire business online without any hassle. Ever wondered how this transformation happened? Meet Razorpay, the fintech giant that changed the game. Let's dive into the inspiring story of how two young engineers took on the massive challenge of revolutionizing India's payment ecosystem and built a billion-dollar company in just a few years. Before Razorpay, setting up online payments in India was a nightmare. Businesses had to go through mountains of paperwork, deal with slow approval processes, and struggle with poor customer support from banks and payment gateways. For small businesses, getting a payment gateway was as difficult as getting a bank loan. You had to prove your creditworthiness, submit endless documents, and even after all that, transactions failed often. And let's not forget the customers. Making an online payment felt like a gamble. Would it go through or not? Failed transactions, refunds stuck in limbo, and zero accountability from payment providers. India desperately needed a change, and that's where two young entrepreneurs stepped in. In 2013, Harshil Mathur and Shashank Kumar, two engineers from IIT Roorkee, saw this problem firsthand. Harshil was working on his startup idea when he faced massive hurdles while trying to integrate online payments. It was then that he realized something shocking. India had no modern, developer-friendly payment gateway. Inspired by the simplicity of Stripe in the US, Harshil and Shashank thought, what if we could build something similar for India? But there was a catch. Banks controlled the payment systems, and they weren't willing to work with a small startup. They faced rejection after rejection, but instead of giving up, they decided to hack their way into the system. They built a prototype, applied for Combinator, the world's top startup accelerator, and guess what? They got in. Razorpay became only the second Indian startup to be selected by Combinator at the time. With seed funding of $120,000, they returned to India with a mission to simplify online payments for businesses of all sizes. Razorpay's first big innovation? Making it ridiculously easy for businesses to accept payments. Unlike traditional gateways that took weeks to approve accounts, Razorpay let businesses go live in just hours. The process was fully digital, no paperwork, no physical visits, no bank hassles. Just a simple API integration, and boom, you could start accepting payments. Businesses loved it, and Razorpay started growing fast. But they didn't stop there. They introduced features like instant refunds, no more weeks-long wait for customers, subscription payments, great for SaaS and online services, UPI and digital wallets integration, making payments even smoother. RazorpayX, a neobanking platform helping businesses manage money better. From a simple payment gateway, Razorpay was becoming a full-fledged fintech powerhouse. By 2017, Razorpay was processing millions of transactions. But as they grew, so did the competition. Big players like PayU, CCAvenue, and Instamojo weren't going to let Razorpay take over easily. They started slashing prices, offering new features, and trying to win back customers. But Razorpay had something special: customer obsession and innovation. They focused on solving real problems. They launched RazorpayX to help businesses with banking, Razorpay Capital to provide loans, and even payroll solutions for startups. And investors took notice. Razorpay kept raising funds, $20 million, $75 million, $100 million, every round pushing their valuation higher. In 2021, Razorpay became a fintech unicorn, valued at over $1 billion. And today, it's worth more than $7.5 billion. Razorpay didn't just build a successful company, it changed how India pays. Small businesses, freelancers, and startups could now accept payments effortlessly. UPI, which was once a niche payment method, exploded in popularity thanks to seamless integrations by companies like Razorpay. Even during the pandemic, when businesses struggled, Razorpay's financial solutions helped thousands of companies stay afloat. Today, Razorpay powers over 10 million businesses, processing billions of dollars in transactions every year. But this is just the beginning. Razorpay is now expanding beyond payments, into banking, lending, and even international markets. Their goal? To build the fintech infrastructure for the next billion users. So, the next time you make a seamless online payment, remember, the revolution didn't happen overnight. It took vision, resilience, and 2 engineers who refused to accept the status quo. What do you think about Razorpay's journey? Do you use Razorpay for your business? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more such inspiring business case studies. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next video.